check out this cool quirk I just found on the new Toyota Tundra. So if you're in park, it shows blue, reverse shows orange, and shows green, which is neutral, and then drive shows blue, and then the manual shifting shows blue. Welcome back to the channel. Today I found another 2022 Toyota Tundra. This is the 1794 edition, so this is the cowboy, all chromed out, looks amazing, and it's in this smoked mesquite. I'm pretty speechless. I think this truck looks absolutely stunning. All Toyota has to do now is build us an HD truck, and I will definitely be in the market. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. This thing, it looks really good. It looks menacing going down the road. I've seen a couple of them going down the road, and they look really good. So, as you guys know, I'm gonna show you guys the interior and exterior. I'm gonna show you guys the payload number. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Special shout out to Dark Cars Toyota Frederick for allowing me to do this video. Be sure to check out their new inventory. So this is the window sticker for the truck we're going to be reviewing today. So it is a four-wheel drive Tundra, Crew Max with a 6.5 foot bed, and the color is going to be smoked mesquite. I know it's kind of hard to see, but the base price is going to be $61,020. The advanced package is $1,645, and it's going to include the air suspension and the adaptive suspension and the 10-inch heads-up display. You also have a $1,350 power running board and power bed step, and then a non-skid spray on bed liner was $579, which brings the total price to $66,289, including the $1,695 destination fee. Now, if you don't know, this slots between the Platinum and the TRD Pro. So all in all, this one does give you a lot of the same similar features that you saw in the Platinum. It just gives you a little bit of a different look. But up front, as you guys can see, you do have a forward-facing camera right there. And overall, this chrome front looks really tasteful. I mean, when you're looking at a cowboy truck, it's okay to have a little bit of chrome. You do have parking sensors placed throughout the front too. Some open grill slots on the side. And then check out these beautiful headlights. They are full projector, and they are auto leveling too. Something I love about Toyota, if you don't get the higher trim levels, you can manually adjust the headlights on the lower trims, which is really useful if you're towing a trailer. They do slot the fog lights just below here, kind of like in the center of the grille. But it's definitely a lot going on, and it looks really good. I think they did a good job, guys. And then check out the hood. Off to the side, they do have a gray fender flare, and it connects well with the smoked mesquite too. It's a big truck. Now this is going to be a 20-inch wheel. They are using Yokohama tires. And here's the model for it. This Geolander XCV. And then let's take a look at the size. It's right down here. It's going to be a 265, 60, 20. And then here's your capacity for that tire. Now, if you don't know, Toyota does use a double wishbone front suspension, and it's going to be independent. So they put a fabric material inside of here too to help with cleaning and, of course, with road noise. Now, as you saw in the front, you had a camera, and on each mirror you're going to have a camera too. It's going to give you that 360 view, or bird's eye view, whatever you want to call it. Turn signal. And this does have a smart key system for the front doors. I have not seen any for the rear doors yet. This one does have that optional power deployable step too, and it does have air suspension. And the air suspension is optional on the 1794. You do have a 32.2 gallon fuel tank. You do have a shark fin, and you do have some LED lights with two cameras out back. One for the bed, and then one for your high definition rear view mirror too.
And here's a better look at those 20-inch wheels too. I like that they did not chrome the wheels. I think that there's just enough chrome on the truck, as you see on the mirrors, you know, and some of the trim pieces, door handles. It just looks good with like a brushed aluminum style wheel. So really good offset there. You can drop that tailgate by pushing this button. And this bed step comes available with those running boards too. And check out your spray and bed liner. They have these clamps in the bed too. And this is 120 volts, 400 watts. And tailgate is kind of heavy, but it's not too bad. They do give you a light and a camera for your conventional hitch and for a backup camera too. Class 4 receiving hitch. You have a 4 and a 7-pin connector. And then you have your parking sensors on each side of the bumper. Now these are going to be full LED taillights, and notice how on these taillights there isn't any like backup lights, things like that. Your turn signals are incorporated here, and then your reverse lamps are right here. So every light in the back is going to be LED, and that's pretty much what everybody's doing now. I mean, they don't use as much energy, and they look really cool too. Now, when you look under the hood of a Tundra, you're not going to see that 5.7 liter V8 anymore. That is gone. However, they did upgrade to a twin turbo V6. This is normal. Ford's been doing it for years, and they continue to do it. So I'm not surprised that Toyota's doing this. I'm pretty sure this is pretty similar to what you're going to see in the LX600 from Lexus and the LS500, which first had a twin turbo V6. So this is going to be good for 389 horsepower. So that is a bump from the 5.7. And it's going to have 479 pound-feet of torque compared to 401 from the 5.7. So this is a huge torque monster. You do have intakes on both sides since it's twin turboed. And I said this in the last video, you don't really see the turbos. They're pretty hidden. But I mean, you do have a lot of space in this engine bay. I think Toyota could have offered the V8 for just 3 years alongside this one and then killed it. I think that a lot of guys would have liked to seen that 5.7 offered for this one just for 3 years, and then they could have let it go. But nevertheless, I think that this is a good option. I mean, you're going to get better fuel economy. I've driven the 5.7. I had a Land Cruiser that had the 5.7, and boy, 12 to 13 mpg was the best I could get going downhill. So this is definitely a good step for Toyota. It is made it to a 10-speed transmission, and that's another thing. I would have loved to see the 5.7 with this 10-speed. First gear is pretty deep in this truck too. It's a 492, and the rear axle in this truck, I didn't mention it back there, but it is a 331 rear axle, so that's going to help with fuel economy overall too. So this is a lot of torque, a lot of power, so we'll just see how time goes. I think that people are going to get used to this V6 configuration. So these power deployable running boards are an option, as I mentioned, but check out this beautiful interior. This is the cream of the crop, literally. And this is the big cab. I think this is probably the biggest cab I've been inside of. When it comes down to headroom, I think this seat's all the way down. Yeah, this seat's pretty much all the way down. And I mean, you probably have, what's that, maybe 7 inches, 8 inches, maybe even 10 inches actually. Yeah, that's probably about 8 inches of headroom right there. So it's a big cab. And check out the wood trim pieces. This feels real. Stitching and soft touch everywhere. And this does have the JBL premium sound system. And then check out your all-weather floor mats and a little carpet insert. And then here's some of your buttons. Now I do like that you can turn these off with a button right here. In my truck I have to go through a screen. I like this so much better. And all your windows are going to be automatic up and down. Power windows, power door locks. You can do automatic for your outside mirrors too. Everything looks bold and big. And of course, when I say big, you can see what I'm talking about. But really nice steering wheel. I did do a drive video. I'm not going to do it in this one. Go back and check it out. But check out your controls on the steering wheel. And let's go ahead and put it in the on position. So I'm going to push this button one time. I'm going to push it again. So it's basically in the on position. It was in the accessory mode, and now it's in the on position now. So a lot going on in this screen. I won't take too much time because I get lost sometimes. I have some long videos, guys, so we won't go too deep. So let's go ahead, and we're not going to start it yet. I can show you things without the truck being on first. But as you can see, you do have a MPG. Actually, I may have to start it, guys. It keeps popping back up. So here we go. All right. So you do have some MPG information here on the side. Now, if you push the arrow to the right, you have your navigation. That's all you'll see there. Audio. Shows you your trailer settings here. Here's a few other things, like for length for your trailer, for your blind spot. And then trip distance that you traveled with your trailer. And then tire pressure for the truck. And then here's some of your safety features here: pre-collision, blind spot, lane, TA, I don't know what that TA stands for, and a few parking sensors, things like that. But a lot of good stuff, a lot of ways to keep you safe on the road. And then if you have any error messages, like I'm sure if you open the door, you know, all that good stuff, it'll show up here. Now, one thing I noticed when I moved the truck, we'll put it in gear. I didn't notice this last time, but they do show you a seatbelt chime, and they've probably been doing this for a few other Toyota vehicles too. But it basically shows you for all the seats. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know where it's at now, but it did show it for all, you know, all the seats here. But yeah, let's keep moving on. So as you guys can see below the push button start, you do have your trailer brake. And I don't normally show this to you, so you know your windshield wiper stalks on this side too. Let me just show this to you. You do have automatic headlights, and you do have automatic windshield wipers too. Now, as far as this big guy goes, it's asking me to enter a phone number, so I'm going to go around it here. So I can't show you the navigation because you have to subscribe. Let's see if I push this button. I don't think I did this last time. But it looks like you need a subscription or something like that for this. So we're gonna skip this for now. Now you do have an audio area here for like your XM radio, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and then they have Apple Music and Amazon Music too. Have a spot for your phone, and then some good information like if you're traveling, shows you some MPG. This is something that Toyota's been doing for a while. And of course, if you want to set this up, you can swipe it. This is a really good step in the right direction. I used to dislike Toyota's infotainment systems, and this is way better than I've seen in the past. Like if I had a Toyota in the past, I would definitely upgrade to this because it looks a little bit better. It's quick, and it looks like it's more user friendly too. So down below the screen, you do still have your climate control and your heated seats. All this good stuff is outside of the screen, so you don't have to, you know, go through here for that. And I think that's a good safety feature too. You have a Type C USB on the side, and down below here you do have some other buttons. If you push this one, this is called Trailer Backup Guide. And if you want to see a view of the truck, you can push this button here. It does go away, however, if you put it in gear though. Your traction control, cautions, and this is going to be for your air suspension. But you do have a charging station wirelessly for your phone. And when you get to a stoplight, you can hit this button to hold the brake for you. Love that they do that. Very convenient, and that's just really good thinking on Twitter part.
You have electronic parking brake. And your four-wheel drive system, I didn't show this last time to you guys, so I'll show it to you here. You can push it down and then select the drive you need. You do have some driving modes here. I'll just show it really quickly. You have Custom, Sport S Plus, Sport S, Normal, Comfort, and Eco. And of course it does change the transmission, engine, and the suspension because of the upgrades on this truck. Now you have some cup holders behind this beautiful trim piece. You can also feel the texture of the wood too. And this does pop up for a small space, like for like a wallet. You know what? Let's do something real quick. I'm going to try to see if my wallet will fit inside of this area. And it will. So perfectly. And yeah, this is a good spot for something like this. And this does slide. So if you have a really tall cup, you can put it inside this area. And you have some USBs, coin holders, and this is illuminated too, so you can see in here at night. But this is a really, really nice setup here. I mean, as you guys just saw, the seats look amazing. The roof is black. And you can drop the rear window. Let's go ahead and do it now. This is just so cool. I don't know why more manufacturers don't do that. Like, that is such an easy thing to do. And yeah, it's just so much more functional. So let's go ahead and move out back so you guys can see what's going on in the rear. I didn't show it to you guys up front, but you can clearly see the heads-up display from here. So that's a good feature to have. Now check out the back here. You have this little accent on the headrest. And let me know in the comment section what you think about this cream. I like these types of colors. It really brightens up the interior, and when you have this huge panoramic sunroof, it just makes it that much better. You do have heated and cooled seats out back. You can see that down here. And they do illuminate the buttons for you too. And then you do have a spot here for 2 USBs. This is going to be a Type C, Type A. And then here's a power plug. You do have some cup holders. And then they give you this screen. I don't normally see this in trucks, but they do give you a screen out back. And then the same design on the front doors are the same on the rear doors too. I didn't notice this, but this is like a darker brown color too. Looks really good. And overall, guys, like I said, this rear seat is pretty comfortable. Hopefully you guys can see my head. So pretty much I'm gonna sit up straight now. So I have good amount of headroom still too. And you do have LED lights up top too. And seat back pockets, all the good stuff here. And then under the rear seats, there is some storage. You just lift it up. It's a 60/40 bench. And there you go. And they have those really beautiful floor mats. I will say on my Ram, I have some similar floor mats, and they're not cheap. I want to say they're like $700. So be sure you don't forget these out somewhere if you're like using them for other purposes like I do sometimes. It has like a little, like a knot design to your, what do you call it, like a carpet design on the rubber side of it. Really cool attention to detail. All right, so if you're looking at the numbers on a Toyota Tundra, the gross axle weight rating up front is going to be 4,080 pounds. The rear is going to be 3,860 pounds. Gross vehicle weight is going to be 7,375 pounds with an all-in payload of 1,320 pounds. So you do have to subtract 34 more pounds because of some of the modifications that they did at the port. But apart from that, I mean, that's a pretty good number for towing. I would probably, as I always say in my videos, I would always try to stick around 6,000 pounds for half tons. But you know, these trucks, I mean, this truck has a long wheelbase. I would definitely upgrade the tires at some point. And that's pretty much it. But on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys soon.